Well, I did it. I finished my creamy just before the broadcast started. Hi, I'm Chris. I'm one of the co-founders, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. If you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. Usually it's mixed up like a shake. Anyway, we also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, the little bell icon. You'll get notified whenever we go live, like right now. Or tonight at 9:15 Eastern Time, when I don't think Miriam will be joining me tonight. She's getting close. She's feeling better. But she still hasn't worn makeup in like a week. So anyway, let's see. Heath was first. Debbie was second. Unseen Traveler was third. Nice. When says, just got back from a 4-mile walk with 3 other old ladies like me. Go Keto Chow. If you told me a year ago I'd be able to do that, I would have called you a liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. She didn't say that last part, I did. Let's see, Rhonda is on. Welcome, Rhonda. Marcy says, good morning, everyone. Just finished my morning exercise. Let's see, Tracy says, good morning, Keto Chow peeps. Dave says, good morning from California. Nice. And Lori says, happy Tuesday morning, everyone. Mike is on. Jen says, good morning, everyone. So excited. I get to try out my new creamy today. Shauna says, good morning, Chris. Sarah says, good morning. I am headed to the optometrist after this. I'm getting my new glasses. Wow. Fancy glasses. Last night, I got a text message from Miriam, she's been actually eating a lot of meat, which is good. But she wanted to know if we had any of these in the freezer. And I said, well, there's one. She's like, oh, okay, maybe I'll just have soup. And I'm like, I went and I made 3 more. So I put them in the freezer. They actually were frozen solid this morning, which was surprising because they were only in there about 8 hours. So, which at our house, we're out of chocolate peanut butter, but we have a lot of peanut flour. So this was just chocolate with probably about 150% the normal amount of peanut flour, which wasn't terrible because we're also out of peanuts. Anyway, Fanny's on. Chris Jones says, howdy, howdy. Good morning, Chris. Hi there, Chris. Tia is on as well. Right Family says, hope she gets better. She's getting better. She's not better yet, but she's getting better. Red Wine is on from Clarksville, Tennessee. Wow. Hope you have a great day, Chris. Drinking mint with extra virgin olive oil. I almost brought chocolate mint today, but then I brought pistachio instead because I made it a bunch yesterday morning while I was waiting for Sam to get up. Susan B says, good morning. Let's see. Jean says, good morning, Chris. Best of luck to Miriam. Jean, I was told that I need to show you how to do the Keto Chow rewards points redemption. So, for any of you who don't know, now we do have a page on our website that shows how to do this as well. What you do is you log into your account. In this case, I'm logging in as Juan Paco Pedro de la Mar. Es mi nombre, sí. Y cuando yo me voy, dicen que yo soy Juan Paco Pedro de la Mar. Na, 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 na. Anyway, okay. So you log into your account. You scroll on down. And here you have all of the different orders. And you have the different, oh good, all of those. You can't use this coupon because I've already redeemed it. And here's a purchase on a website. It shows pending because I just added this today, thinking I would increase the number so I could actually be able to use it. You can check to see when they're going to expire. They expire 12 months, 365 days after your last activity. In this case, I have activity from today where I manually added a bunch of points just for fun. In Earn Points, it talks about different ways that you can earn points, like you can refer a friend, give them that link, and if they've never ordered before, hey, you'll get points. Or you can follow us on Twitter, all this other stuff. Under My Rewards, you've got all the different stuff that you can use. When you click on it, it's going to, let's see. Oh yes, when you click confirm, It's going to do two things. Number one, it's going to show you a coupon code, and it's going to email you that same coupon code. And then when you are shopping, I'm going to add this to my cart. Close that. Here in View Cart, right there is where you would put that discount code. If you go to the checkout page itself, there's this gift card or discount code. I actually need to override this again so that it just says gift card. By the way, none of these codes worked. I made sure of that. Anyway, you need to make sure you put it into this box right here, because if you put it into the other one, it will not work. So make sure you put it in right there and apply it, and then it will work. And I'm so glad I was sharing that entire time. Let's see. Okay, where was I at? Dave says, I just ordered my first Keto Chow. Looking forward to getting them. Nice. I usually recommend starting with the one you think you're going to like the least, and then working up from there. Let's see. That way you're pleasantly surprised when you actually like the one that you don't like the least, that you thought you'd like the least, and then you really like the other one. So let's see. Maitreya is on. I'm glad that you were here for me singing Juan Paco Pedro de Mar. P.S. says, I've been out of the loop. What's wrong with Miriam? She got sick. She went on a girls' trip with Lynette and Holly, and one of the girls who was there was sick, and they all got sick. So let's see. Blaine says, hashtag licorice camping fear factor for Joe. Lisa says, how long after someone uses the referral code will I see it in the rewards? It should be nearly immediately. Now, in order for it to show up, they have to actually use the link. That's number one. They have to be a first-time customer who has never placed an order before. As long as those two conditions are true, it should automatically show up. But if they didn't use the link, it's not going to automatically show up. In which case, you'll have to contact our customer service team, and they'll have to finagle it. Sometimes they can get it to work, sometimes they can't. But if they've never placed an order before, and if they use that link, it should automatically show up right away. Let's see. Sarah says, Chris, is the Chow Club cutoff now the end of the upcoming month? So that changed 2 months ago, or maybe 3 months ago. It's been a while, actually, since that changed. So yeah, you can order the November Chow Club up through October 31st at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. A minute later, when it's November 1st in the Eastern Time Zone, you can no longer order the November box. You would then be ordering the December box. So, and I believe the Chow Club, let me see. Let's look together. I always love doing things live. Let's see. Join before the 1st. There you go. And it looks like, yeah, there we go. That's weird. That is not accurate. I'm not sure why that says that right there. Anyway, I have no idea why that is on there, because that is not correct. We don't send you a 15% off thing. So it does change from 10% off the first month to a higher few later months. Anyway, Gene says, thanks for the explanation. I love troubleshooting these things live during the things. Let's see. Mike says, good morning, everyone from Oregon. Welcome, Mike. Let's see. Easy Zell says, good morning. Right Family says, we're praying for them all to get better quickly. Miriam might actually be watching the live stream. She usually does. Lisa says, hey, Chris, homesick too, nasty cold and vertigo. Ah, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. I am grateful that you have Keto Chow as well. Shauna says, I'm sitting with an ice pack on the back of my neck, took magnesium, bad headache. I actually had a pretty serious headache last night from dehydration, and it actually went away. I drank probably about 32 ounces of water and took, oh, do I even have them here? I have the bag of, there they are. This is the first batch. They're the tablets, but they're starting to fall apart because that bag isn't sealed very well. But I took a bunch of the electrolyte tablets as well. And my headache went right away. Laura says, good morning. Sorry to see Miriam is too sick to join you. Hope she's feeling better soon. She's not too sick to join. She just doesn't feel presentable. So Blaine says, when are the Chow Club boxes shipping now? So the ones that went out by UPS shipped yesterday. The ones that are going out by the Postal Service, I believe most, if not all of them, are shipping out today because we want people to get them before the first of the month. Is it the first of the month yet? No. Then your Chow Club is not yet late. Easy as that. Sometimes they get there a little bit earlier. Sometimes, yeah. Ghoulie says, will December's Chow Club box be singles again? I don't think so. The November one is singles. And the October one was singles as well. I do not think the December one is going to be singles because things are turning around for the supply chain problems. Julie said it just made pumpkin sausage soup for the second time. Friends love it, and so do I. I think the pumpkin sausage soup is phenomenal. Josh says, looks like my rewards points are broken on the website, showing 0. I also got an email about points expiring soon. That sounds like you're not signed in to the correct account. Contact our customer service team. It may be that you have 2 accounts and that one of them was used to make purchases. It's tied to an email address, and then you're logged into a different one, is what that sounds like. So yeah, contact our customer service team. They can get you figured out and get you back down to one account. And the Chow Club does count towards keeping points active. Because the subscription thing that's on the website, all that is it's an off-site process that says, yo dog, here's a new order. And then it actually places a new order as if it was you on a recurring automated schedule. So you can accrue rewards points provided that your email address on the account that's making the subscriptions is tied to a rewards account. But you cannot use those coupons, the rewards codes, to purchase recurring product or recurring subscriptions. So like I showed earlier, if I go back here to the apple pie, interestingly enough, you'll notice there is now the option to subscribe to singles of apple pie. We're actually changing some stuff around that allows people, we need to give people, deliver every 30 days isn't right. We need to change that to different weeks. But, and right now it doesn't have any discount in place. It's because we're changing stuff around. But anyway, and you can actually subscribe to the Go Packs right now. But yeah, so you can't use rewards coupon codes on subscription purchases, but you will accrue rewards points on subscription purchases. Let's see. Kendra says, I put in a big order to stock up on my favorites, chocolate and vanilla. Are you fluent in Spanish? How did you learn? So I read this book once. That's the joke I tell everybody. I lived in Chile for a few years back in, well, I got there in 1996 and I left in 1998. Strangely enough, I still remember a significant amount, although my vocabulary is a bit limited. Anyway, yeah. And technically, I'm not fluent in Spanish. Here we go. This isn't really science class, it's linguistics class with Mr. Bear. Spanish is a grouping of dialects. You have Castilian, you have Catalan, you have several different dialects. What we refer to as Spanish is technically Castellano or Castilian. The only people who know any different are in Spain or in the southern areas of South America, like Argentina, Paraguay, and Chile. They actually refer to Spanish as Castellano, or if you're from Argentina, it's Castellano. Anyway, you got to be consistent if you're pedantic. So, yes, I am fluent in Castilian. Willow says, feeling pedantic, I think you wanted to say finesse rather than finagle. Unless, of course, you wanted to imply that Keto Chow customer service is devious and or dishonest. I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right. That was awesome. Speaking of pedantic, Jen says, oh, that reminds me, I need to order more electrolyte drops. Laura says, presentable is part of recovery. Glad she's starting to feel better. Yep. Let's see. Oh, and Shauna's going to try electrolyte tablets. Tracy says, yay, I can't wait for my chow box. It's Christmas every month. Laura says, glad the supply issues are turning around. That's excited. Blaine says, I was just wondering if allowing people to join until the last day of the month. Yeah. So we don't change when we ship them out, but we ship them out according to get there before the first of the month. But if you order after the 15th, you might not be part of the group that goes out in order to arrive on the 1st. So, Shauna says, all in pause for December. Oh, and PS says, this will be my first monthly box. So excited. Dennis says, a belated good morning to Miriam, Chris Bear, and wave to Miriam Bear. Mike says, yay, supply chain. There you go. MJ says, finesse or finagle, at least you got to use the word pedantic. Pedantic is a fun word too. And someone who is pedantic is a pedant. And someone who uses words that are 1.5 feet long is a sesquipedalian. Sesqua meaning 1.5, pedalian meaning foot long. Sesquipedalian. It's so meta. Anyway, Shauna says, yeah, she has plenty of singles for a while. Rhonda says, nerd. He says, oh man, that workout was a doozy. DDPY, there you go. Just slid bacon cheeseburgers into the oven for the warden's lunch. Nice. Unseen Traveler says, nerd. Word nerd. I'm not so much a word nerd, but there is some stuff that I know. Julie says, is that dialect or Daleks? Exterminate, Doctor Who. Here's the funny thing. I actually have never watched a single episode of Doctor Who, though Maitreya she referred me one. She says, this is the one you need to watch. I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet. Anyway, Lovely says, hi. Kendra says, I get it. My son-in-law was Dominican. He did not speak textbook. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Rhonda says, Chris, how do you get more potassium? 2 ways. You've got, well, actually 3 ways. You got the Dr. Berry Daily Minerals, which the number one electrolyte in here is potassium, because potassium is a little bit harder to get. Number 2, you can use light salt or no salt, which is potassium chloride. That works, and just put it on stuff. You can also use the Keto Chow electrolyte drops, which they're about half potassium, half sodium as far as the electrolytes go. So there you go. That's what I usually do. Or I ate a creamy thing full of Keto Chow, and there's 1/3 of my potassium in there. So actually, that's what I usually do. Dennis says, my frustrated mother once called me pedantic. Pedants of the world unite. There you go. Debbie says, my son hooked me on Doctor Who. Nice. Jen says, what? Pulling your geek card now. There are several things that I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. It's never appealed to me. I was never on the AV club, which is funny because I totally could have nailed that. I was never on the chess team, and I only did debate once. But I did Model United Nations all 4 years of high school, which was fun because at the end of the year on your fourth quarter report card, you had an extra quarter credit that would show up. So my senior year, oh my gosh, I had to take one class. I had to take an English class. That was it. So I did take ceramics 2 and 3 and a bunch of other fun classes. But anyway, all right, done with that. Let's see. Lisa says, wow, I had guava grapefruit ice cream last night. New favorite. Kendra says, Doctor Who, Blink. There you go. Blake says, which episode? I don't remember off the top of my head. But everyone's saying it's Blink. Watch Blink. That actually might have been it. He says, Doctor Who is the Warden's #1 all-time favorite show, but I think it's rather silly. Reminds me of those horrible USA Network shows. I have watched quite a fair amount of Red Dwarf. But Mike says, I've also never played D&D. He says, I've only briefly played D&D. It was fun for a little while. Okay. Okay. So a couple things. Number one, as previously mentioned, maybe Miriam will show up. I'm not sure. We're doing our longer live stream tonight at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time because it's not Eastern Standard Time yet. That happens next week, I think. So that's number one. Number two, I actually got an update today on production stuff. So here we go. They are filling the lemon meringue bags right now. I'm not sure when we're going to get those. And then after they're filled, I have to do a quality control test, even though I pre-tested the stuff before they filled the bags. So maybe later this week, I don't know. After they do that, well, the plan was that they were going to do caramel macchiato, but the flavor of the caramel macchiato wasn't as strong as it was previously. It tasted fine, but the flavor wasn't as strong. So they ordered more of the flavor because they didn't have enough flavor to do the batch of caramel macchiato bags that we had ordered. They're going to wait until they get that additional flavor to do one homogeneous mix before they package it. I'm like, why don't you just do half of it? And they're like, well, we want it to be all the same. We don't want to have to do this twice. So, typically, the flavor manufacturer has been taking anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks to deliver the flavoring. So, earliest we're going to see caramel macchiato is maybe in 3 to 4 weeks. Sorry, I don't have better news for you on that, but it is what it is. So that's caramel macchiato. After they finish the lemon, they're going to start on the snickerdoodle, which we already have, and the rest of the, oh my gosh, raspberry cheesecake. At the same time, they are also, we had the issue with the caramel, salted caramel, where it tasted, well, part of the batch tasted fine, actually better than fine, and part of the batch didn't. We had already had it bagged. So what they're doing is sanitizing the bags, cutting them open, remixing it all. They take out a couple thousand scoops. This is all in clean room conditions too. And then we had to have new bags printed for them to put it back in. So I suspect that we'll see salted caramel coming back in stock in maybe 2 or 3 weeks as well. So there you go. There's an update on production issues. Let's see. Joseph says Doctor Who has always has really good stories and arcs. They have a ton of writers, so it's not always the same. Yeah, they also have different doctors, and whatever. Maitreya says the campiness is part of the Doctor Who appeal. I can understand that. Shauna says I made some things for my brother and friends for their D&D. That was my extent of it. Purple Lady says Central Daylight Time on November 7th. Oh, that's when it ends. Nice. Let's see. Blue Dose says I love RPGs in all varieties. Mike says we miss Miriam. Let's see. Laura says disappointing but understandable about the caramel macchiato. MJ says maybe you aren't a nerd, just nerd adjacent. You know what? You might be right. Purple Lady says, what about eggnog? Eggnog. So I tested that on Friday at the same time I tested the caramel macchiato. And it tasted okay. It just wasn't as sweet. And so they are mixing up a couple different samples and they're going to be sending those to me at different concentrations. So it should have 0.08 grams of sucralose. And we tested one that was like, yes, this is the right path to go down. And I think it had 0.083 grams of sucralose. So 83 instead of 80 milligrams, which is very difficult to measure, by the way. So we're going to, I should maybe sometime today be getting those. But in the meantime, we do have the 21 mil Go Packs. Speaking of 21 mil Go Packs, vanilla 21 mil Go Packs are on sale this week. Blue says, ouch. Well, keeping the Amazon subscription for another month then. There you go. Maitreya says, I might recommend the Van Gogh episode, though. It's a spectacular episode. Rhonda says, are there large bags of chocolate toffee? Yeah, we've had large bags of chocolate toffee for months. Let's see. Kathy says, thanks for the update. Trace says, yay, great update. Thanks so much. Chris Jones is expecting a big bag of chocolate toffee in the mail. Let's see. Blaine says, tabletop RPGs are to die for. One of my daughters has a shirt that has a 20-sided dice, and it's on a 1, and it says, fine, I guess I'll just die. Anyway. Mike says, thank you for the precise explanation of production issues. Sorry that all happened. Yeah, and it's not just us, but we've had a lot of interesting stuff with the problems with magnesium. It really threw a wrench in the works. Maitreya says, and it's vanilla, really good as creamy, a tiny splash of birthday cake ice cream and keto sprinkles. Oh. I ordered 4 more of these last night. Yep. They were apparently on QVC for like $35 for a 4-pack, but they were sold out. So I just went on, LOL, critical role. There you go. I just went on Amazon and bought 2 2-packs. They were $19.95 a piece. I had a $10 gift card I got from answering a survey for something, and so I just used that to buy it. Kendra says, I don't think mocha is available in big bag. You're correct. Mocha and the cookies and cream are currently out of stock as well. I suspect that in the midst of waiting for caramel macchiato, that they will get the other stuff going. So, Mike says I'm up to 13 creamy pints. Mike, no! Sheesh, dude. That's too many. Anyway, J-Dog says Bed Bath & Beyond has the creamy containers too. Yeah, I just wanted to order it. Anyway, all right. Well, I am out. So again, I'll be on tonight. Maybe Miriam will be there. Maybe she'll pop in and you'll see the left side of her eye. I don't know. But Joseph said you only have to freeze creamies for 24 hours. This was only frozen 8 hours and it worked perfectly. So But then I have a really good freezer that was it blows air around. So, okay, I'm out. Everybody have a nice day, and we'll catch you later. Bye.